She was on it this year. This semester. What is it?
This semester?
I was about to say this year. Well, hello, 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 hello. How
Hello.
y'all doing this evening? This pen doesn't work. So we are going to be discussing episode set
Yeah,
six,
six.
six. We're discussing episode
The title.
six
Mm-hmm.
of The Bachelor, season 25. Matt
Yeah.
James. So this episode was, I'm gonna look here. This episode was full of it. It being the key word in this series, drama. So we start out with the resolution of last week's foolishness between Justinia and MJ. RIP MJ, you the realist. Not really, but I really appreciated your outfits and your hair was always on point. So, you got that, sis. You got that.
Mhm.
I am hmm,
I said and only that. That's all she had
that's all
for
she
a girl.
had. Yeah. I mean, okay, so let's just start there for a minute. Matt said that it was tough because he had relationships with both the girls. Fortunately, because of all the drama on this show, we have not really got seen their relationships, either parts, really grow. Like I've seen him with Jasenia a little bit more than I have him
Yeah.
with MJ, which is I
Yeah.
think probably why he sent her home. Um,
Sure.
it's just like, oh well, this just makes it easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then he decides because it was so strenuous. I can't deal with a cocktail party. I just have to do
Right?
the rose ceremony.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
Matt be like, ugh, I just can't. I just can't.
Right?
Like
It's dramatic.
he is so dramatic. He is the queen of drama.
Yeah.
Um,
Cause like what, you're gonna go lay down or something? It was just too much. Like I'm confused.
I mean, he still got to
Like,
do the rose ceremony, which is
can't
still.
mingle,
I feel like right. You
right?
can't talk to people, like like I don't know. He just, it's just really funny how like he decides to cancel and then like the girls be like, oh, this is your fault or you shouldn't have said nothing or what. I'm like, sis,
Right?
it is Matthew that keeps canceling these daggone rose ceremonies.
Yes. You can
Like,
be mad at her for calling out something that was actually wrong, and Matt decided to not. She mad because he not spending time with her. That's it. What's that girl's name?
I can't
Like,
remember her last name initial, but Serena something.
yeah.
She was a. It's like one drama queen goes home, then another drama queen picks up like the baton. It's like, can we just end this relay race with the drama? Like, I
And
just
it's
want it to be.
useless.
It's useless.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing. Serena was upset because the cocktail party got canceled
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
This is the third week in the row, and then she's like, was it her who made the comment like, I feel like if somebody would have never mentioned about the toxicity in the house, then we would have been able to have these parties or whatever. And I'm like,
And
but
she said
like
how stupid that sounds.
it's so stupid because like then the toxicity would continue and
Exactly. It's
you
like
want that?
you're willing to have toxicity in the house just to have more
Like
time with Matt. So, like, you don't see how those correlate. Like, you can have a bad time with Matt because the toxicity is so bad in the house. You don't see how some girls could feel like that. Anyway, yeah, that's one comment about MJ and what's her name, Jasenia.
mhm.
Their drama. I'm so glad he picked Jasenia's side because I thought he was gonna do something like real stupid, like the Victoria situation in the initial one. I was like, I please don't, because when she was talking, it kind of like she was like crying and shaking and all that stuff. I was like, Matt, please don't. I thought he was like really like understanding her and believing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so dumb. Like you can see right through somebody, fake, just really wanting that attention, that fake attention. But I think MJ, she went on a little rant for a bit. What did she say? Weak bitch energy.
She said I had a moment. She said I had a moment, but I'm back.
It was.
I was just like,
I was looking through the screen like, are you done? Can we stop this whole thing you're trying to
I felt like
do?
I was watching a TikTok.
Yeah, the skit. The girl was trying. Oh, it was so bad. She's like what real bitches don't cry or something
Something
so basic,
stupid.
like so stupid. Like she was
It was cringy.
because that scene was like, and then she flips her hair and she's like, we got real bitches need a moment to cry. Something so stupid. I don't know what. Okay, but yeah, that was she's very. I can see how the two-facedness, because at one time she's like cussing and doing all this stuff and then crying at Matt and then saying Jasenya's like she's jealous, whatever. I don't know what she was saying. So I'm
She
glad she
kept
relented.
she kept like her main defense was Jasenia spoke badly on her name.
Yeah, keep my
That
name
was
out.
her main defense,
Yeah.
okay? But what
Mhm.
Jasenia did was expose her as the liar that she is.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like she volunteered the information.
Yeah.
She was asked and then told it. You know what I'm saying? So, in like Matt asked her because like he trusted her and whatever she had to say for obvious reasons. And then like for her to say, yeah, like she wasn't being honest with you and like she continues to be dishonest. Like it's just like come
Right.
on, sis. Like I don't know. Her main thing was just like, yeah, but you put my character into question. You put my character into question. Like
But your character is
you're
questionable.
queer. Yes,
That's the deal. Like,
yes.
don't act shady and no one will say nothing about your shadiness. And Katie even made a point, like I think we talked about this in the last video, but Katie literally said, like, if it's false, just go. If you did it, fess up to Matt, and then he would actually like this is all over, right? But the fact that you really doubling down on this
On
and
this lie.
you're wrong. There's
I don't have anything to say. This is who I am.
You know what, Meredith?
Oh,
you
that's
preach
cute.
all the time about weak bitch
You know what?
energy.
You are
Well,
so
weak bitches lie.
well, it's just embarrassing. And then her really just trying to deflect on the conversation and make Jasenia the bad guy. Just keep my name out your mouth. That's not the point. That's not what we're talking about. Everybody knows at this point. Anyway, I'm glad she's gone.
Yeah. We had a one-on-one between Matt and Piper and Matt have a date. They go to the carnival.
She looked gorgeous.
She did. And I didn't know she looked like that with her hair pulled back. I was like, is that you, sis?
She really did. She looked so cute. Like,
that was such a cute that was such a cute
date.
Cute date. That's what I meant to say. That was such a cute date. The fair, that's where people be falling in love. Let me tell you, I've had a few fair activities with significant others, and let me tell you something. It's fun. It's a vibe for sure. And I really enjoyed watching that. That was fun. Side note, I saw a really funny TikTok. It's the Bachelor season, so we'll just have like this is the budget for the Bachelorette, and then it's like literally like maybe $10, and then they do a fair because they've actually done a fair before, and it was like this like it looked handmade. Everything was handmade, and then they were like, oh, it's the Bachelor season. Okay, so the budget is $1 million. So yeah, let's just really go out for this one. They had a whole fair. Like I'm guessing it was a legitimate fair.
Yes.
All to themselves.
And that is so much fun. Like that's the first date I can really say, like, okay, there have been multiple really romantic dates, but this is like the date that's fun. Like it's like a real first date in reality. Like, oh my gosh, we're getting to know each other. It's light-hearted. That was just super cute, and Piper was adorable. But again, I have to say, as far as Matt's side, like it's getting harder and harder for me to really know who Matt is, because he's at this point it's just pure script, because I don't know, I'm not getting any new information, but I'm also not getting any like real emotion. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It makes complete sense. I think it was a moment in the date when they were sitting down talking. I was just like she was expressing something to him. I don't remember. I think she was expressing her feelings towards him.
Yeah.
That she loved, that she was falling in love with him. And he it's like Matt never openly says it. He waits for them to say it first, and then he'll be like, I feel the same way. He won't
Yes.
say, I'm falling in love with you too, or I love you too, or whatever, or I really like you too. He'll say, I feel the same way, and or like, I'm in the same page, or I'm on the same boat, or whatever. He'll say something like that, but he's not forthcoming with his feelings at
Yeah.
all. And
Yeah.
I find it so problematic. Like, I just wish, like I said, I wish that these girls would like question him. Like, I want more from him. Like you said, we're not getting new information. Like, you normally, at this point, he's been dating these women for some time, and
Mhm.
you know they've had this relationship, and I feel like there should be disclosing more information. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know if maybe he's disclosing information and we're just not seeing it because they edited it out,
Mhm.
but you know, he's just not like forthcoming. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I feel like what these girls over time, right, from day one um to now, all this time, all of these girls, because at least as the audience and from what we see, they don't really get much time with him. Because most of the time they have, even the little ones, documented. So there's nothing out behind the scenes that we're not seeing, because that would kind of not be the purpose of what's going on.
Mhm.
But so I feel like the thing that they're falling in love with or growing more in like with Matt is all in, to be honest, it feels like hype. You know, when something is so there but so unattainable, and then on top of that, you're with how many other girls around you with the same feeling and the same want to get. It's like that spirit is what is making them be like, you know what, I'm falling in love
Yeah.
with you. So they've idolized him, but
Yeah.
they don't really know him. He's
No.
not really making himself known other than this formulaic script that he got, you know. So that's what that's what's really disconcerting and making me really detach even more that this is not reality, because this is not, he's not giving him anything to fall in love with, to be honest. Like, there's a regular dude in the street, if he did that and he was like, you know him as much as you know Matt, you wouldn't be falling in love with him. Like, who
Yeah.
are you a stranger? So I think, I had that thought and I was like, honestly, I think it's all hype. That's my theory, little hypothesis.
I think, well, like I said in the first episode, they put these people into situations where you fall in love.
Yeah.
So like it's easy to fall in love with someone who that's the only person you're seeing. It's the only
Yeah.
other person that you can really have ties to. Like, that's it. So of course, yeah, I go on a whole date with you, spend a whole day and evening with you, and this the most romantic setting. Of course, I'm gonna like feel some type of way because that's it. That's all I have to rely on. My whole world right now revolves around you for the next however long they shoot.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to discredit, like, they might be feeling that kind of way, but I think that after the cameras stop and, you know, like, they actually have to be in a relationship, like, I think it's different. And that's why, like, you know, sometimes these couples, they don't stay together. Like, just Matt has been different, like, because there have been bachelors and bachelorettes who are very forthcoming with their emotions, and they actually like develop real relationships, and you could see that in the way that they're communicating. We haven't seen that yet, but I have seen it before. I mean, but it's still like in this fantasy world, but still, like, you still see some real emotions to where you could see them surviving after the show. But yeah, but that date was very, very, very fun to watch. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that she finally got her moment, and it was a cute moment. After that, we had a group date where they went bowling. And that was fun. I think that was also a real date because you would go bowling.
The competition aspect of that date made sense.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah. And even with that, he decided to have everybody come to the after party.
Yes.
Which I was like, yeah, sure.
Okay. I am in a different school of thought with that. So I think, okay, first we're going to the bowling. I'm going to pinpoint the story or the sub story they were trying to give us with Chelsea. Chelsea, tall, model, bald. Short.
Okay. What was the story that they were trying to give us with Chelsea?
About how she really wants time with him, and she's been really like the same story every girl has.
Every girl has. Okay.
Chelsea's part. So that the fact that them winning and they really wanted to win, blah blah blah, they win. So they're really excited because now that their time is longer because they've
It's only
gotten,
4 people.
it's only 4 people. And that sub story, I was just like, I was really feeling for Chelsea, like, and I was like, you know what, that's true, but that's how everyone's feeling. But I was like, okay, cool, she'll get her time, like she was really. And so when he brought them back, I
I can
wasn't
see that.
happy. I
Yeah.
wasn't happy. I was like, you. It's like it's a verbal contract. That's obviously not that deep, but really it is. It's like you've had these girls in the beginning of the game. If you win, you're getting XYZ. So for them to win, they worked hard, and also a lot of it is luck. True, but they worked hard and they won, and they're happy and they're dressed up, and this is their moment. This is their time because the closer you're getting to the end, the time is more important, right? So for you to switch it up in the end because you feel bad, that's not fair. Like I just didn't like it. I was like, true, the other girls were crying, oh poor me, I won't get time with him. This is a group date. I completely got that. But at the end of the day, I feel like you should be a man of your word. There's no like just saying, oh, I felt bad. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I was like, you can't do that. Those girls worked hard and they won. Like they deserve their extra time. So I didn't really care for when they came, and Chelsea's face just
Yeah.
summed it all up. She was irritated. She was
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that that it would have been very frustrating if I like did all this and then like come to find out it was for nothing and I still have to put up with not having as much time with you as I would want to. And like
Yeah.
I personally feel like I know I know it was like a select few who was on. I think Michelle was on that team too. But like
Yeah.
most of the people who were on the other team, like they didn't have anything to worry about. Like
Yeah.
like as far as their relationship with Matt was pretty okay.
Yeah.
But I guess Matt was just like, oh no, I want to spend time with him too, whatever. I feel like maybe because his boot thing was in that group.
But who? Michelle?
No, Bree.
Uh
Bree was in the losing teams group, I think.
True.
I
But
think. I don't know.
honest, Jess, to be honest, at this point, I don't know who his boo thing is.
No,
I
you're
don't
right. You're
like
right.
he's shown everyone. That's the thing. Almost the majority of everyone has had a single date now. Even one of the girls pointed out. I don't know who, but she said at this point, it doesn't really matter if you've had a one-on-one. You could not get a rose. Like the first initial rose, the girl, I don't remember her name. She got it. She's like, at this point, it doesn't really matter. Like anyone can get eliminated at any time because the numbers are just getting smaller. So I think everyone's worried.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like everyone's just wanting to value that time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing that pisses me off. After he talks to them, I kid you not, it sounds like he's making them all believe that they're getting that rose.
when he's doing the like, I really appreciate this and I really appreciate that, and I feel like that's a part of direct. Yeah, I feel like the producers tell them to do that
True.
instead of just like being like, here.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's a conversation and then be like, we'll see. That's different. But like making out with them, then they leave and like, so everyone's just left feeling like, oh, we had something special. I most likely will get the rose. Like I just really felt for Chelsea that scene. Like they were really showing her, like she was really like, wow, I'm gonna get the rose. Like that was such a good connection. But
And then who got it?
Michelle, because she made him feel comfortable. That I feel most comfortable with you, Michelle.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
When you kissing everybody, got it.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Matt's reasonings don't make any sense. His actions don't make sense. He just does what he wants.
Yeah.
So then, after that lovely group date, we have Katie and Matt's one-on-one. Okay. So we already kind of knew that this was going to happen because Katie has been accused multiple times of not focusing on her relationship with Matt, right?
Mm-hmm. But not by Matt.
Not by Matt, by other people.
Yeah.
I don't know if people have said this to Matt. I don't think so. So,
Yeah.
whatever. So we're going on, and like you said, I think you brought it up at one point, like, oh, like I think that she really likes Matt, but I don't know if we've ever seen that on his part in the times that they've talked.
Yeah.
So when they do this one-on-one, I felt like their one-on-one was also, their date was whack.
Yeah.
Like that was stupid. Like just like oh, we're gonna play a prank on your best friend, and like word like mouthing like, oh, to do something ridiculous. I feel like the dude knew that like that was
Yes.
happening. It was all
Yes.
fake to me.
So fake. And also, I was reading, I don't know where I was reading, like a comment or a meme or whatever. And like there people were saying, so was he just like, he looked like he was paying more attention to his best friend than his date. Like, this isn't a date. This is just you pranking your friend and
Yeah.
calling and bringing a random girl.
Yeah.
He did Kate dirt. I'm gonna say this times when we talk about this date, because I mean it. He did Kate dirty in 3 different ways.
Speak on it, sis. Go. Keep going.
Okay, that date, wrong, disrespectful. You pretty much saying, I don't want to talk to you, and I don't want to talk about you, and I want you to talk to me. I want you to watch the screen and play a prank on my best friend with me. So he did Kate dirty. 2, like, it's like he wasn't even trying. Like, to me, it really felt like he was trying, but bare minimum to give her, and you can tell she definitely likes him way more than he likes her. So any little he was giving, she was taking in like 100-fold. And number 3, why pick up the rose if you're not gonna give the girl the rose? Kate dirty.
And then in response to this rose, you ain't getting it.
Right? Oh,
you want me to walk you out?
That ass. That was
like,
so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you saw
you could
all
see
her
the
face just,
she was like,
she believed, and I believed she was getting that rose.
I didn't think she was getting the rose.
When he picked it up, I was like, why? Oh, wow, she's giving. Okay.
It's so crazy because just last week I told you, I was like, sometimes people don't come back from their one-on-ones. Like, you're supposed to pack.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you go to your one-on-ones, there's a chance that, and like the date itself, I feel like the date itself was just like a prelude. Like, this is not a good date. And Matt picks these dates. Like, when he was watching her speak, and just like what she was saying, like, just know that I'm here for you, and that, I just want to make this as good of a journey for you, and da 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 da. I feel like he just wasn't really buying it. Like, he just wasn't into it. And I just knew I was like, he's not gonna give her the rose.
Yeah.
Like, damn. And it's so crazy because Serena was like, man, I hope she goes on this date and then doesn't come back. I was like, girl, shut up, that ain't gonna happen. And then I watched the date and I was like, shit, it's gonna happen. Dang.
She like going off what you just said, he'd made his decision way before the date. Because if he really was trying, and that's the crazy part, the idea is that the date is what should give him that feeling that he wants to move along. But the fact that he did not focus the date on them, on the relationship they found, even the friendship that they formed, and not even on romantic relationship, but he didn't even give her the chance to connect with him on that level, except on the tiny dinner. Like,
what is this date? I was like, so they really just about to sit at a desk and like look and like tell the lady to like do something, and then even in the editing, like it was a whack date. Katie probably was like, man, I'm glad to go home. But another thing on the same TikTok, it was like, yeah, I mean, take the one who's financially responsible, mature, pretty, gorgeous, and all these types of things, and send her home. Why? To make her the next Bachelorette. Katie has to make it. I was like, oh, she went home, she gonna be the next Bachelorette. Like,
true.
That's how it works.
She's pretty. She owns herself. She really is her own person. Honestly. And compare the dates. Hot air balloon in the sky riding horses on a beautiful landscape and having a picnic with wine and whatever, renting out a whole carnival, festival, whatever you call it, for you and your date. All of this, and you decide to take her to this closet with a computer and a camera. Sorry, I would be livid.
I thought that when he said, "Oh, where are we? Oh, a spa," I thought that they were going to get couples massages. Yeah, like, I thought that was going to happen, and he was like, "No, so what we're gonna do is go and prank my best friend." And I feel like I saw her face like, okay. Like, why? I want to get a massage.
Right?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. And I just felt bad that every time she saw him, she would run and jump on him.
Every single time she saw him.
Every time, stop.
But Matt made a foreshadow to that in another conversation, like in the back corner. He was like, one thing I really like about you is that you're patient with your time, and you with our time, and you're not always the first one running to jump and hug me and da 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 da. He said that to whoever he was talking to. So who was it?
Blue dress, the one who got the shopping, the fashion.
Oh yes, Rachel, yeah. And so he really appreciated that, and so I was like, oh, he coming for Katie. Like, because he said specifically, you're not the first one who always runs and jumps and hugs me. And Katie is always the first one who runs and jumps and hugs him.
It's like, no, you don't want to be a fangirl. If you really want him to be, I don't know. This is a whole tangent, but it just, every time she jumped on, I was like, girl, don't do that.
Yeah. It was cringy.
Like, hey, be chill. But anyway, I guess that's a you do you, I guess.
Every time. I'm just playing back the times in my head right now. Every time. It's
you could be running from far and she jumps on him.
She could be, it's a sprint, She's like, I have to get there first. And like the rest of the girls are just like
more or less,
and just like standing there. Okay, like, right? Are you good? You need some water? Like, your exercise for the day? That
crazy.
Yeah. But
good luck to Katie. Good luck.
R.I.P. Katie. Good luck. You don't need him, girl. He is too. You don't need that, girl.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Katie deserves
so much better, girl. I hope you find it.
Yeah, she has a good head on her shoulders. The only thing is she definitely has her heart on her sleeve. So that's why when she really liked Matt James and she was gung ho, but she needs to reserve that to someone who's reciprocating that energy. Because she actually has a lot of sense, and like everything she was saying about relationships, and she was just very mature. Like she's been through stuff, and she made that, But I'm like, he's not for you, girl. You don't want him. You don't know what you want.
He don't know what he wants. He said, "I'm just coming to this trying to find a wife." Get out of here. Right? And then now we know how he got onto the show.
How?
The best friend was on the show, and they was roommates.
Oh, that's definitely why.
Because he was on the show, and that's how he got on the show. Which is weird because he said that he's his roommate, like his current roommate. And I was like,
you got a roommate?
You got a roommate?
In New York, a lot of people have roommates.
But he a whole realtor.
Yeah.
How you a realtor and you got a roommate? Let's talk about that. He's a realtor with a roommate. Even find his own home. How he gonna help you find yours?
Girl, he's shady.
Shade queen.
No, he's going from one roommate to try to find another roommate. Who?
Bottom line, when it comes down to it, Matt is gonna find him a woman who can take care of him.
Oh man, and hopefully can help him prank his best friend, since that's what he likes.
Yeah, no, and I wanted to say another foreshadow when Matt was hanging out with his best friend before the date. He was saying to his best friend, he's like, yeah, so because he's asking, like, tell me about the girl you're about to see. And Matt only had one thing to say. He's like, yeah, Katie and I always had a lot of fun, but I'm looking to see how serious we can get and how much I can get to know about her or something like that. He was just like, yeah, I'm going on this date.
Yeah.
So now we're introduced to a new character. I don't understand. First of all, just so many cringe moments in this episode. One of the ones was when homegirl was in her room quarantining and she was talking to the camera and like doing like those little, I don't know what she was doing. She was doing something. I was just like, why they give her a camera? Why they tell her to document this time? Like, we don't want to see that. I'm just so excited to meet Matt.
Yeah. The way she came in really pissed me off.
What? Because she smiled?
No, not bad. Girl can smile. I don't care. For her. But no.
Oh, you mean the way that she came into the show?
Came into the show.
Oh, yeah. It was very like...
My friend, tell me about Matt James. I'm like, in what world is this going to work?
I was like, this is white girl privilege. Because, like, first of all...
I didn't want to say it.
No, I thought it. And I'm not even talking about her getting onto the show because obviously the producers are going to like the fact that this is drama. But I'm just saying in the fact that she rolled up. Think about it. You rolling up to a secured gate as a black person. Oh, I would like to see Chris. What's his last name? Chris, whatever his last name. I'm sorry. Do you have a meeting? No, I just really would like to see him. So can you just call him down here, please? Oh yeah, let me just call somebody for you. On the other hand, it would be like, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't let. I'm gonna need you to turn around. Like, no, if you don't leave, I'm gonna have to call the police because no, I don't have you on the schedule.
Turn on the cameras for you. They'll be like, private property, please get out.
License and registration. Who are you? Like. This is a private property. This is closed to the public. Like it was none of that. She was just like, oh yeah, let me just call somebody up for you. Bring the cameras down, all that kind of stuff. I was just like,
no mask. You don't know if this girl's been quarantined.
That's another thing I didn't like. She had no mask on when she rolled up to that car, and I was like, that's disrespectful to the security guard.
Yeah, I think it really reeked of a certain privilege that. And maybe they wrote it into the plot and this was the whole plan from the jump. And I think it most likely was because that's very unlikely. But at the same time, the story they're telling is very reeks of privilege. And I don't think the funny thing is I don't think the producers realize how that's not how it works. All these girls are fighting for time and this random girl, okay, she's not random, she's from another season, whatever, I don't know. But I think her storyline is going to piss off the girls and that's the one drama that I will completely agree with all the girls to be mad at. Because the 5 girls coming late is one thing, but they were always there quarantining. This random girl coming is another, and she's actually able to, has a lot of potential in swaying Matt, which almost goes to show how superficial Matt is.
Yeah.
He's apparently been building these relationships. If she stays, he doesn't care about these relationships. He cares about what he sees and the status of which that girl holds, apparently. He just laughed, fangirls were on her, and told, who was it, Piper? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. So, it really reeked of white privilege, to be honest. And it's ironic that this is the first Black Bachelor, but same shit, different day. But
that was what it is. Huh? That was ridiculous. That whole thing was ridiculous. Because I honestly, I saw the trailers a whole bunch of times. I didn't know who that woman was. I still don't know who that woman is. I don't recall her. Sorry. And I don't know her. And she just thought would behoove her.
Yep.
To come onto the show this season in the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
In a pandemic.
No mask.
With no mask.
It's really crazy.
You could have at least had on a mask, y'all.
Yeah, you could have put on a mask. Oh gosh.
I don't think that she will make it past that night. I'm I'm hoping that she won't, because for one, I always pay attention to the clips and like what
Yeah.
they're wearing.
Mm.
So I
Wow.
always know, like, if I still see her in a cocktail dress and she
Yeah.
crying, to me that means that he's going to send her home.
Yeah. I like your prediction.
Yeah.
I have.
I that's how what I feel. And then also they show clips of, like, well, they only show clips of the girls who we know already have roses, like for the
Yeah.
next week or whatever, for the next episode. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think that she's gonna last. I don't see that happening. If it does, I just can't, because like that means he'd have to send someone who, excuse me, he already has a relationship with home.
Yeah. And that's not fair. And
Yeah.
we hope Matt has enough sense that that's not even an option.
Does he
No
have
matter how
sense?
much she's a fan favorite, I don't know who this lady is, but the Bachelor this episode did good with the drama. It kept us entertained for sure. Um, at least to sum it up for me, it didn't change my perspective on Matt, but it definitely enlightened me with what the journey's gonna look like and what kind of choices he'll make. I'm more interested and more entertained, but still not a fan of Matt.
Yeah.
How about you?
I lose respect for Matt every episode sometimes. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think he's probably a stand-up guy in all other realms, just not in the romantic one. I feel like it's just a show for me. It's not like real life. Like I can't judge it off of real life like circumstances, because none of this would happen in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where anyone stands. Like, I don't know. This whole episode was just like, it was drama full. I'm irritated that he's just not disclosing like feelings to these women the way that I feel like he should. I'm irritated. Yeah, I'm irritated for the women, because I feel like they are getting the shorthand of the stick. I mean, they already are, because there's all of them one guy, but like you could at least level the playing field by being just as vulnerable as you are expecting them to be. And this is not just a show thing, but this is a life thing. Men are always like, oh, how much do I mean to you, da 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 da, but like when it comes to them telling you how they feel, they act like, oh, they don't have any feelings. And so I'm like, how do you expect me to do all this stuff in a bag of chips for you, but then you turn around and can't do one simple thing and tell me that I'm your girlfriend or that you love me or whatever? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I feel like we need to stop that now. It is not acceptable, whether you are in real life or on a television show.
Yeah. No, that's true. The majority of men are they cannot disclose their feelings, and they feel and things. I think society also makes it look like a form of weakness. So it's just a definitely multi-layered reasons to masculinity and how fragile masculinity is in this society. But for sure, I think it's a double standard. You don't ask what you can't yourself reciprocate.
Exactly.
So I completely agree.
I feel like Matt in the beginning, he said that he has problems opening up.
Yeah.
And I feel like he hasn't tried to challenge himself in any way to fix this said problem, the self-proclaimed problem. You said it first. And so since you said it first, that's what I look for, and I see it time after time after time. He's like an interviewer.
Exactly.
And in every date, he's just like, and I can imagine that was tough for you. And like, what did you do? What was your response to that? And like, he's a great journalist. Like, he could be a journalist for sure, because he gets all of the stuff without giving anything.
And there's so many layers that he really could have contributed to the conversations of us getting to know him. By us, I mean the audience.
And the girls.
Even the girls specifically, but since we only have one perspective, we're only seeing this edited versions of him. So maybe we'll go a little more, but even then, like, he could give us the multi-layer of being mixed race, the struggles he went through. He's only given us I was raised by a single mom, my mom who's white. And that's pretty much all I know. Is there something I'm missing? Did he ever
Only
give
time,
me, like,
no.
you see, I know he has stories.
The only time he was about to actually disclose realness was when he was talking to what's that girl who went home because that's not helpful. I was about to say what's that girl that went home for bullying. The one who was she was in a silver dress, and like he basically sent her home.
Hannah? Before who?
Anna. He was talking to her, and he was like, I've been in situations where I've went out of character, and I definitely regretted that, or whatever. Like, he said that, and that was the first time that I was like, okay, so he admits that he's had a life. I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know anything about him. And even then he was very like PC, politically correct with that. And also, like, another time Matt was real. We talked about this last week, where it's when he was like, but so like, when's a good time to call somebody a hoe? Like, I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And like his look to that girl when she left, like, I was like, okay, so he's a real person. He's just not allowing himself to be himself in front of the cameras.
He had ample opportunities, and he's hinted at and teased us with a little bit, but not giving us no story, not giving us in depth. But overall, I'm excited to see the end. I feel like someone somewhere said there's like a leak of like who he ends up with. I obviously did not press anything to see that, but I'm very curious. What is your predictions? Final two. That's a little hard. 3.
So we have Bree, we have Rachel, we have Michelle, we have Serena, which I don't understand why Serena's still there. We have
that's true.
Piper, we have Kit.
Yeah.
We have
Yesenia. So other Serena? Did you say the other Serena? Bree.
Serena. I already said Bree.
Rachel.
I already said that.
I think that's it. Yeah, cause the Bronx girl left, or dancer.
Yeah, she left last.
Crying mad hard to there for only one.
She was very upset. So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna make it. I want to say who?
Chelsea. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Chelsea. Dang, I forgot about Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I think the people who are gonna make it to the final 4, the hometowns, is gonna be Bree, Michelle, Rachel.
Okay.
And maybe Piper, and maybe Serena P. Yeah. Who else? I don't see, like, I feel like,
and the deaf girl.
Oh, I forgot about her. No, never mind. She takes the final fourth.
Final 4th. What's her name? I don't remember.
Why haven't we learned her name?
I don't know. And she comes in and out of the story. Like, she's not really a part of the drama, so she's not she's simple. So
her.
But I agree. That's a good 4. I think for me it would have to be 1 being obviously the like highest. Piper, Bree, Michelle, Rachel.
Yeah.
Like, as far as what he's interested in, I see it.
Yeah, I feel like his relationships with, Jacinia hasn't had a one-on-one yet, and neither has Chelsea. Serena.
Yeah.
And neither has Chelsea.
Yeah.
But to have those dates happen so late in the game, but I feel like hopefully next week, like, Chelsea will get her one-on-one finally, because she's honestly lasted a lot longer than I thought she would.
Yeah. And hopefully he doesn't do the BS he did with Katie just to get her out, because that's a waste of time. Like, if you're not going to get to know her, you know.
Well, they still, I mean, this episode ended at a rose ceremony. So, you know, we'll start with an elimination, which is not how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to start with the new week and then end with the elimination. Like, that's how it usually goes. But this season, it's just been wishy-washy all over the place because of all the drama.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. This is our review of episode 6 of The Bachelor. Look at the title. Yeah, comment down below your predictions and the crazy parts that you thought that happened this past episode, because it was a lot. And make sure you subscribe, like if you like it, and be sure to check out our next episode next week. Bye.